Hey guys, it's Sarah with a H, and I'm back here with some more advice. One thing we have to remember about love is that not everybody learned how to do it the same. While some of us might have been hugged and kissed when we were younger and guided and helped when we didn't understand things or when we were frustrated or sad or when we did something wrong, some of us were taught how to be better versus abused, hit, hurt. Some people grew up being neglected, being left alone to fend for themselves. Some kids had to grow up faster than what they should have. And when you grow up like that, sometimes you have this misconception on what love is. Sometimes you feel like love is violent or angry words. Sometimes you feel like love doesn't have to be patient or kind. And a lot of us tend to be confused. So when you receive love in a different manner than what you believed it to be, you don't know how to take it. If you're used to somebody being mean to you or saying mean things, and then somebody comes in and they show you kindness and hug you or kiss you and are friendly and just do things just to be nice, just because you become suspicious or you wonder what they're up to, what they want from you, or you push it away because it's unfamiliar. And that's sad and that's triggering and that's, part of a struggle that a lot of people go through. Or, you might be on the opposite spectrum where you were raised with affection and kindness, and, your parents, even though they struggled, they still were there to listen to you when you went through it and try to guide you. And maybe they didn't have the right answers, and maybe they didn't do all the right things, but they tried. And so you grew up with that type of love, and then you come across somebody who doesn't know how to show you the same type of love because they weren't shown that. And then you have to figure out if you are wanting to try to teach them how to love the way that you were taught how to love, if you have the patience to try to be there for them because they are struggling because they don't get what you're giving them. I've been in that situation where I was showered with love when I was younger and a partner of mine wasn't. And um she didn't know how to accept my love. She didn't know how to accept my kindness. She didn't trust it. She didn't believe it. And that was hard for me, and I tried a long time to show her what love was and what it meant. And you have to learn to accept life and what it gives. I had to learn that she loved different ways than I did, and she showed ways, verbally, her words weren't what I wanted them to be, but her actions were what they needed to be. While I was a verbal person and an action person and just all the way around different, but it didn't mesh well with me. And I took the time to accept and acknowledge that what I was giving and what I was receiving didn't work for me, and I had to step away from that situation. But that didn't make that person a bad person, because just because somebody doesn't know how to love you the same way that you are used to receiving love doesn't mean that they don't know how to show it or that they don't have it. And we have to learn to see people for their different ways of love. Some people give gifts, some people give attention, some people give physical touch, some people say all of the right things, but their actions are trash. People will say how beautiful you are and how much they love you, how much they care for you, and then they're trash with their actions. They don't do anything to help you, they don't do anything to show you, physically that they care. They don't touch you, but they'll say all the beautiful things to you. People can be confusing, and I think we have to take the time to find people who know how to love you the way that you want to be loved, and also learn to accept love in different forms, because not every time the love that you want to receive is the way that you're going to receive it. So just Pay attention to how people are around you, how people act, how people treat you, and start to take notes of what their actions mean and how people show love. Because when you start to absorb and observe the different types of love, you will start to feel different things. You will start to see the world in a whole different light, and you will start to appreciate, the world more and what love can mean to you. So that's just my advice for the day. Do with it what you will. You don't like it? Don't listen. Delete this from your mind. If you enjoyed it, write me down in the comments and tell me what your way of love is. Tell me your love language and how you show love. Okay, guys, until next time, I'm Sarah with H, and I want you to keep smiling because it confuses people.